want to do a little video about some knives that I have, and more importantly, a couple that I had specially made from Chris Taylor over at Taylor Made Knives. I tried to do this video outside, but it's springtime in Texas, which means it's windy and everybody's running a weed eater right now, so we're going to have to do it inside. So I apologize for any cats running by or kids running in. That's just the way it is around here on a weekend. First of all, just in case any of my scouts see this, I do have my whittling chip, and and it's good. There's no corners cut off, so I'm allowed to do this. So first off, I just wanted to kind of show you a couple of knives that I'm proud to own and I'm really excited about. And that kind of lead into my me meeting Chris and his wares. So the first one is this Blackbird. This is a I don't know if you can see that or not. It's first production run. It's actually, this is kind of proud of this. It is actually the first one. So yeah, it is the first one. So I'm pretty proud of that. It's a great knife. You can tell it's hardly been used. It hasn't really been loved on at all. It's probably because it is the serial number 1. I haven't messed with it very much, but I plan on doing it as soon as I can get it out. That is a Hedgehog's Leatherworks case from Paul. It's Paul's design on the knife as well, and it's just, I mean, talk about craftsmanship. This thing is awesome. My other go-to, this is my regular everyday camping knife when I'm out. This is the Becker BK2. I've had it strip the finish off of it. I really don't like the black finish that's on there when they come. So my Carta scales. All around pretty cool. Really like it. And finally, probably my second favorite now. This is a knife from Chris Taylor over at Taylor Made Knives. This is the Woodsman. It's Damascus. I mean, you can just see the detail on this thing. There's a video on there online on YouTube. Chris did an actual talked about this knife a lot. I'm going to link that video below because he can talk about it better than I can. But I mean, this thing is absolutely awesome. I mean, look at that detail on that Damascus. It's just super cool. Leather, stacked leather handle. I mean, just feels awesome in the hand. And you'd think that with it being as smooth as it is, you wouldn't be able to get a firm grasp on it, but you really can get in there good. So very cool. This was my first knife from Chris Taylor, and I mean, the detail on this thing is just incredible. I mean, the craftsmanship is awesome. It is razor sharp. I'm finding all of his knives are razor sharp, and you'll see why here in a little bit. But so those are probably, some of my favorite ones. I mean, we do a lot of camping and stuff in this family, do a lot of hunting, so it's good to have a really high quality knife, and I really do appreciate I've come to appreciate a high quality knife. You definitely want to, you're going to pay for it, but I mean, cry once, buy once, right? All right. So I was so impressed with the Woodsman and all the other knives on his channel. If you haven't seen his YouTube channel, you need to check it out. I'll link to that below as well. But I mean, you'll see the dude just makes incredible knives. So I contacted him. I was actually in a wedding. My best friend got married, and we did a traditional Scottish kilts and Prince Charlie's for his wedding. So we all wore kilts and everything. And as part of the the traditional Prince Charlie, you actually wear it's a small edge dagger that it's part of the traditional thing. This is it's called a Sgian Dubh, and this is not the one that they sent me with the kilt. We all had to buy our own kilts and everything, and they sent a plastic knife. It was just horrible. So I bought another one because I wanted something a little bit different, something that was actually real. So basically you wear this, it's part of the Scottish Highland attire. You wear it with the kilt. Basically it was their everyday carry back then. It's just basically they would use it like a pocket knife today. It's tucked in the top of the sock They call it hose, but I don't wear hose, I wear socks. Goes in the top, and the top is visible out of the thing. So anyway, this is what they sent me. This was I guess the Sgian Dubh. This thing is stainless. It's chintzy. I mean, it won't even hold an edge. I threw this thing on the grinder, and I was like, this is just crap. So it looked great for the wedding, but you know, it's crap. So I reached out to Chris, because I mean, the Woodsman just blew me away. I reached out to him and see if he could maybe do a Chris Taylor version of a Sgian Dubh. My buddy who got married is turning 40. He actually turned 40 yesterday, and so back in August I contacted Chris, and we were going to do to see what he would think about doing a pair of custom Sgian Dubhs, in the Chris Taylor made way. So he got back to me a couple of days later. We talked back and forth, and hopefully I can show this in here. He sent me this. That angle is horrible, I apologize, but it's basically, this was what he came up with as far as the design goes. And if you know his knives, you can tell that there's some parts of this that are just, his design, and you can see it carried over on a lot of his knives. But so this is what we started with, and I got to tell you, the process was really cool. He contacted me about the type of steel and just different things about it. I don't know a whole lot about blade steel. I don't know a whole lot about knife making, but I learned a lot through this process. So anyway, we went back and forth, and he sent me pictures along the way of how these things came out. My timeline, I had to have it done by March, so it was August to March. Chris was very awesome about communicating. He got back to me. He sent me pictures of his progress, and I had a really long timeline, so it really didn't matter to me how long. Here, I'll go ahead and set him down here so you can kind of look at him. So you're looking at my table. So my process was simple. I just really wanted to have him done by the time his birthday rolled around. I didn't want him too early because I didn't want him sitting in my safe. Because they're just, once you see them, you'll understand. You really want to have these things out and using them. So we went with 52-100 ball bearing steel. He said that was probably the best one for to hold the edge and do just awesome. Satin finish blade. He did a 3x3x3 heat treat. I'll post a video on this one as well, or link below, so you can kind of go to his site and see this more and all along. But anyway. I got to show these things to you. So I can't get the holsters mixed up, but look at the detail work on these holsters. Now these are a little bigger than like this little Sgian Dubh, not much, but come on. Look at this. We went with antler. I'm pretty sure that I put that there so I know which one goes with this blade. I'm pretty sure this is from a deer that he harvested on his property, but just cool. So show this. So this was the final. See, it says the tailor-made maker's mark there, 52-100s. Just the detail that went into this thing, man. I am just completely blown away. It feels real good in the hand. It's just awesome. The thing is razor sharp. I would show you on my arm, but I've already cut all the hair off my arm with this thing, just showing my wife and friends. My buddy hasn't seen this yet. I'm going to give it to him tomorrow. But, so anyway, just the detail is incredible. The craftsmanship is awesome. If you need a custom knife made, any kind of knife made, I cannot recommend Chris higher than anyone. It's just incredible. Here's the other one. Down to if you look in there closely, I don't know if you can see that or not. It still has, bits of the cedar tree that this deer was scraping on. That is just awesome. It is just so cool. So I'm really happy with the way these turned out. The whole process was awesome, from designing to just going back and forth on some things, and just here they are, man. This is really cool. They put a belt loop on here as well, so you can wear it there. You can put them down in your sock as well. Couldn't be happier. So that was Chris Taylor at Taylor Made Knives out of Arkansas. if you don't know his name now, you probably will hear it down the road. This dude is gonna be known as one of the best knife makers around. I'm positive. I mean, just look at that. Really cool. So next, I'm probably gonna get a chef's knife, a camping chef's knife made. I mean, now I'm addicted, and I'm sure some of you can appreciate that, but there we go. Thanks for watching. Check out the links below for tailor-made knives, and we'll see you around.